Brexton Busch had just reminded the racing world why so many people believe he's destined for something special. But only a few days later, everything changed in a matter of seconds. One violent crash at Charlotte Motor Speedway left fans holding their breath as his race car was caught in a terrifying multi-car incident. For a moment, nobody knew how serious it was. And considering everything the Busch family has already been through this year, it became one of the most emotional moments NASCAR fans have witnessed in a long time. Stay with us until the end, because this story didn't end where many people feared it would. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to NASCAR Nation News for the latest NASCAR updates every day. Just days before this frightening accident, Brexton Busch had given NASCAR fans a reason to smile again. The 11-year-old had captured his first victory since the heartbreaking passing of his father, Kyle Busch. Racing at Port City Raceway in Oklahoma, Brexton started deep in the field but fought his way to victory lane in the restrictor micro division. It wasn't just another youth racing win. It was an emotional milestone for a young driver trying to continue racing while carrying unimaginable grief. After that victory, Brexton shared an honest message that touched the entire racing community. He wrote, "My first win since my dad passed. I don't like to talk about it much, but the last 2 months have been really tough. I'm missing my crew chief, my driver coach, my dad, the guy who I looked up to more than anyone. I know he would be proud." Those words showed exactly what racing still means to him. Every lap, every race, and every victory now carries the memory of Kyle Busch. Unfortunately, only days after that emotional celebration, another heartbreaking moment unfolded. During the Cook Out Summer Shootout Young Lions feature race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Brexton became caught in a violent multi-car accident. The incident started when several cars made contact in front of the field, leaving drivers with almost no time to react. Brexton's car was collected in the crash and absorbed multiple hard impacts before finally coming to a stop. The damage was significant enough that safety workers had to help him climb out of the race car while everyone at the track watched in silence. Videos of the crash quickly spread across social media, and many NASCAR fans immediately feared the worst. Considering it happened just 2 months after the loss of Kyle Busch, emotions were already incredibly high. Fortunately, those fears didn't last long. Brexton's mother, Samantha Busch, soon provided the update everyone had been waiting for. She reassured fans by saying, "He's thankfully all good." She also admitted that she wanted him to take the next day off and recover after such a hard hit. But Brexton had other plans. According to Samantha, despite everything that had happened, he was already determined to get back into the race car the very next day. One thing that stood out after the accident was the reaction from the racing community. Fans across social media immediately began posting messages of support for Brexton and his family. Many admitted that watching the crash was difficult because everyone still remembers what the Busch family has gone through over the past 2 months. Instead of talking about race results, most of the conversation quickly shifted to one simple question: was Brexton okay? That showed just how much respect and care the young driver has earned from NASCAR fans. Even at only 11 years old, people have watched him grow up around racetracks, celebrating victories, learning from setbacks, and always racing with confidence. Seeing him climb out of the car under his own power brought a huge sense of relief to everyone watching. In the end, the biggest victory that night wasn't a trophy or a checkered flag, it was knowing that Brexton was safe and already looking forward to racing again. That response probably tells you everything you need to know about the young racer. Many drivers would need time after a crash like that, especially at only 11 years old. Brexton's first thought wasn't about quitting. It was about racing again, That determination is something many NASCAR fans immediately connected to his father. Kyle Busch built his entire career around toughness, competitiveness, and never backing down after setbacks. Whether it was recovering from crashes, injuries, or disappointing weekends, Kyle always believed the next race was another opportunity. Now, many fans see those same qualities beginning to appear in Brexton. Samantha has also spoken openly about how emotional these racing weekends have become. After Brexton's recent victory, she wrote, "First win since losing Kyle. I've never felt so proud and so heartbroken at the same time." She continued by saying, "Brexton continues to amaze me with his determination, his resilience, the way he keeps showing up to do what he loves, even while carrying so much at such a young age." Those words probably explain this entire story better than anything else. This isn't simply about one young driver surviving a scary crash. It's about a family learning how to move forward while honoring someone who meant everything to them. Every time Brexton climbs into a race car, he's chasing his own dream, while also carrying a piece of Kyle Busch's legacy with him. That's why this accident felt different to so many people. Fans weren't only worried about a promising young racer, they were worried about a child who has already faced more heartbreak than most people experience in a lifetime. Thankfully, this story ended with relief instead of tragedy. Brexton walked away from one of the hardest crashes of his young racing career. Even more importantly, he showed that neither fear nor adversity has taken away his passion for racing. Only days after celebrating one of the biggest victories of his life, he experienced one of his biggest scares. But instead of letting that moment define him, he was already focused on getting back behind the wheel. For NASCAR fans, that's a powerful reminder that while Kyle Busch may no longer be with us, the fighting spirit that made him one of the sport's greatest competitors continues to live on every time Brexton straps into a race car. And after everything this family has endured over the past 2 months, that's a story every racing fan can appreciate. What do you think about Brexton Busch's determination to get back behind the wheel after such a terrifying crash? And do you believe we're already seeing the same fighting spirit that made Kyle Busch one of NASCAR's toughest competitors? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News, and we'll see you in the next one.